Welcome to another episode. My name is Efo Selasi. It's a special episode where I speak to Mr. Quarshie on onion planting. I spoke to Mr. Quarshie some months back on how to harvest onion. And today, to balance it, I'm giving you an episode where he talked about onion planting. He gave us a budget on planting on an acre of land, planting onions on an acre of land. He told us about fertilizer prices, seed prices, labor cost, and everything that has to do with planting. So we drew a budget for an acre of land. That will give you a fair idea of how much you need to be able to start your onion farming on just an acre of land. Watch till the end. There's something special for you that will give you access to speak to him directly, asking all the questions you need to ask. My name is Efo Selasi, and on my channel I share stories on entrepreneurship, talent, and my main objective is to promote Africa to the fullest. So please, if you love the idea, just subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button, share, comments. Let's make Africa big. Enjoy this episode. Thank you very much for speaking to us once again.
Yeah.
You've become a part of the family. First of all, how do we know the right kind of onions for the right land?
Okay, we have different varieties of onions. Locally, what we plant here is called marave. They bring the seed from Niger and Mali. So, as I told you somewhere last year, I think last year October, when we were harvesting, when the season is due, our customer do bring the seed. Then we buy, we nest. After 1 month, you do your land preparation, then you do transplanting.
Why that particular seed?
Yes, because this is a tropical area. Most of the times, that place too is a hot area. I may say the desert area. So we have marave, we have geremi, we have different types of local seed, about 4 or 5 different types. Then we have foreign ones from Holland, Denmark, US, several areas. Most of the times, the local one is better for us here than the foreign ones because of the climate change. So we mostly depend on the local seed, yeah, from Niger and Mali, those areas.
So how do we prepare the seed?
Here we don't prepare seed in Ghana here. We have a special way of producing seed. That one, in fact, I don't have any idea about it. So when they bring it, last year I told you we plant it just once a year because of the climate. During the cold season like this time, that is better for onion. But up north, somewhere like Tamale and Boku area, they do plant somewhere in January because during that time they have a cool climate over there. So me, I haven't been there, so this is where I am. So I talk about where I work. So we do start planting somewhere late May up to early August. If you are lucky, you plant early August, you can have a good harvest. So you nest the seed. After 1 month, then it is matured for transplanting. So by that time, then you do your land preparation, then you do the transplanting. Even sorry you were not around when we were transplanting. Like you have seen how we do the land preparation and the transplanting.
I would have loved that, but hopefully next year I'll join you so that I'll document that procedure throughout from nursing to harvesting. Okay. But can we go a little into the nursing? What goes into the nursing? How do we nurse?
Okay. The nursery, you prepare the area depending on the quantity you want to nurse. So if say 1 bottle, you can buy 1 bottle up to 100 bottles or 1,000 bottles. It depends on the acreage you want to do. So say mine like this is half acre. So let's speak about the half acre. This half acre I bought, that is 18 bottles of the seed. So we measure it with lunka. Yeah.
Okay.
One lunka is 6 bottles.
Okay, you know what? While we are doing this, I want to draw a budget for a 1 acre land. So whilst we are talking about this, you'll be giving us a prices. So I have my book and paper and pen over here. Okay. Yes.
So we are talking about 1 acre. 1 acre. So the seed, you can't trust the seed. Like I may say, that lunka tray will be enough for 1 acre. But at times, after nursing the seed, it do rain heavily, some will die off. At times you meet a bad weather. So for 1 acre, you need to buy 6 lunka or 5 or 6. Then you nurse, it will be enough for 1 acre. We used to measure maize in the market.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So lunka, then 6 lunka, how much would that be?
Yes. This year we bought 1 lunka at 200 cedis. So times 6 will be 1,200.
The land preparation, how do we go about it?
Yes, you clear the field, then you hire machine to come, strata to come and do the plowing. After plowing, you do harrowing. Then you level, then you put the ridges. So if you can see around, you can see some gutters in between the beds. Those are the ridges. That is what we call ridges. So after you do the ridges, then you level again, then you irrigate. That means you water it, then you hire the women who do the transplanting to come and help you with the transplanting.
We are newbies in farming, so some of the terms we would have to break it down a little for us. So you said we will plow. Can't we hire a machine to plow?
Yeah,
can't we tractor to plow? Yes. Can't we do manpower?
You can do manpower. If only you are strong enough to do the manpower, why not? You can do it.
So after plowing, we do hollowing. And what does hollowing entail?
Yeah, you see the tractor plow, you used to cut it big and turn the land. So afterwards we have another blaze, which are very small. That one he will use to pass through. Then he break into pieces. The soil, he break the soil into pieces for you to get it easy to put your ridges. That is what we call hollowing.
Okay, thank you. So after the hollowing, we'll do the
ridges or the beds.
From there, then where do we?
Yeah, you do the beds. You level it because you see the seedlings are very small. So you have to level it in such a way that when they plant it, you get uniform on the base. So after you do the leveling, then you irrigate or you water it. You can use manpower, like mine the time I was watering, I think you saw it. Or you can do something like a sprinkling irrigation. When you get the pumping machine, you fix your pipes through the farm, then it will irrigate for you. Whichever way you do it, it is the same thing. So after the soil is soaked, then the women will come, then they will do the transplanting. They will plant it maybe 3 to 4 inches. How do we call difference? Yeah, that spacing of the intervals, 3 to 4 inches. Yeah.
We are still drawing the budget in hiring a tractor for 1 acre land, doing the plowing, and also manpower. Which one is cheaper?
We have different type of machines which do the plowing for us. We have some called power tiller. We have the small tractor which is called rotavator. Then the bigger tractor. The bigger tractor is cheaper, but that one, it will leave you much work to do, because when it plows, it will turn around before it finish the plowing. So that one, it will leave much work for you to be done. So most of the times, we at irrigation site, we like either the rotavator or the power tiller, because that one, it will work better for you than the tractor. Yes. So the costing, plowing like this, the bigger tractor, this year they charge 800 Some places they will take 1,000 cedis for 1 acre. Yeah. But the rotavator or the power tiller, 1 acre, they will take about 1,500. Yes.
The women, how much do we pay them?
Yeah, they charge. They don't do by day. So they will look at the area. Most of the time, planting a clay land is more difficult than something like sandy area. So they will have a look at the soil, the texture, the type of soil you are going to plant. Then they will charge you according to how the soil is. So the clay area for the 1 acre, they will take about 1,002. But the sandy area, they will take about 800 cedis for 1 acre. Yes.
So which is the best kind of soil for onion?
Both are all good, depending the type of maintenance the farmer you give to it. Yeah.
After the transplanting, where do we go from there?
Yes, after the transplanting, now you have to start the maintenance. So the first thing you do is you spray weedicide. We call it stump. Where there is no weeds, because that is, we call it pre-emergence. So you spray the stump on the planted onion so that it will hold up the weeds. It will not germinate. Depending on the type of stump you spray and how well you take time and spray, it can take you more than 2 months. There will be no weeds in the onions. But if you don't spray on time, you see the weeds start growing. That means we have another chemical you mix up with the stump before you do the spraying, so that the weeds that have already germinated, the other chemical will take care of it. Then the stump will hold the one which hasn't germinated yet. Yes.
So I think the best option is to spray it.
Maybe a day after transplanting. Yes.
A day after transplanting.
Yes. Before the seeds start to germinate.
So which is the best weedicide you would recommend for?
We get different types. We get alligator stump, chemo stump, artivus, and several types.
Can you give us
each of the all is okay.
Yeah. How much?
This year I use alligator. I bought 1 liter 55 cedis. Yeah, 1 liter is 55.
And how many liters?
Half acre I bought 3. Yes.
So we are looking at, let's say, 6.
6 for 1 acre. Yes. Because you have to spray it well so that it will help you, so that the weed control will be easier for you.
Okay, but so what is the best time to plant, to do onion planting, transplanting, prepare your lands, and prepare for onion planting generally?
You mean the season? Yes, that is what I said. The nursery, at times some start at ending of April into May, lately by 20th June. Then you have to complete your nursery. Yes. So 1 month after, then the nursery is matured for transplanting. Yes.
After you've transplanted, the maintenance, tell us about that.
Yes. So after you spray the stump, you see, when you spray the stump, you need not to step into the field, because it is something like foam. It covers the surface of the soil for 3 consecutive days. After that, before you can step into the farm. So maybe you didn't irrigate well, so the soil is dry, then you irrigate again. Then 2 weeks time, you give your first application. Most of the time, you give urea as first application.
What is urea?
Urea is a type of fertilizer. Yes, that is nitrogen. It is 46% nitrogen. That one, it gives more leaves to a plant. Yes.
And that's after 2 weeks?
Yes.
Okay. And how much would that be? And how many bags would you need?
For 1 acre. 1 acre, 1 bag is okay. Actually, urea, 1 bag is meant for 1 acre. Yes.
And how much?
This year the fertilizer is very costly. Last year like this, we got 1 bag at 98 cedis. That is subsidized price. But this year, as you yourself know, the government is not going to. He say he can't subsidize fertilizer for us this year. So one bag is going for 450 cedis.
Wow.
Yes.
From 90 something to 400 and
100 cedis last year.
Yeah.
To 450 this year.
Wow. Okay, and then that's first application.
Yes, first application. So after 2 weeks, actually we used to buy something called foliar fertilizer. When you buy the foliar fertilizer together with your insecticide, then maybe once a week, or if possible twice a week, you mix the foliar fertilizer together with the insecticide, then you do the spraying. That one too helps in a way. So the second application comes either 2 weeks or 3 weeks after the first application. Yeah.
So this is actually different from what you do. You were talking about the insecticide and all that.
Control of pest. Okay. That is the insecticide. Okay. Yes, we have different types of insecticide, but it is better you add foliar fertilizer in addition to the insecticide before you do the spraying, because the spray is a bit tedious. So if you mix the two, you do it once for all. Yeah.
And how much would that, the insecticide and the foliar fertilizer?
Okay, so the insecticide I bought this year, we get different types. We call some protect. We get some, we call it attack. We call some dean. We call some how do I? Okay, you let's set it on the tray. So this year like this, I am using attack. A quarter of a liter is going for 350. Yes. So the number of liters I have to buy for the whole onion season, I have to get about 2 liters. Yes. So the 2 liters, 1 liter will cost about 120 cedis.
So that will be 240.
Yes, for the 2 liters.
2 liters. Okay.
So the foliar fertilizer to the type I am using, we call it Super Grow. Super Grow. I bought 1 gallon. That one too, it went for 260 cedis for the gallon. Yeah.
And how many gallons do you need for?
Oh, 1 gallon will be enough. Yeah.
Is that what all you need for the maintenance, and what else do you do?
That means the pest control.
The pest control.
Yeah, that one is okay for it. So as I said from the beginning, that when you stomp it well, there will be no weeds for about 2 months. So the onion, after 2 months, you see that the ball will start to be forming under. So that time before, maybe the weeds will start to come. So you do your hand weeding. You understand? Hand weeding. Then you have maybe 1 month left for harvesting. So that one, it is not that tedious. So the most way you'll be doing now is the irrigation. Because when it is shining, when the sun shines more, then you have to irrigate. When it is something like fallow watering, like the one I was doing, you can do it every 3 days intervals. But if something like sprinkling, that means maybe once a day or maybe 3 days intervals. Yeah, depending on the weather. So when the weather, you can see now the weather is very good. So as I irrigate like this, maybe Thursday before I may irrigate again. But when the sun doesn't shine, then I will not irrigate on Thursday. I'll wait maybe Saturday before I irrigate, because onion doesn't like much water. And most of the time too, don't let the water flow through the onion. The water have to pass through the fallow, then you fetch and pour on it. If you let the water pass through the onion, it will hold it. It will hold it so that the growth will not, you won't get the correct growth. Yeah. So it doesn't like much water, but the soil have to be wet all the time. So that is why the sprinkling is better. Sprinkling is better than the fallow irrigation, because the sprinkling, the water drops more on it, like raining. Yeah.
So for the watering, I'm not sure we'll be able to draw a budget for
the watering, because every area is different. For here, I think you have an irrigation system that comes from the dam.
We call it gravity irrigation. Yeah, the water will flow. Then you will be using some boat to fetch it and pour it on the farm. Yes, you can draw, but maybe you alone you can't do the irrigation. You have to hire somebody to help you. So that person, it depends on the agreement that is between you and the person. Most of the times, you will be feeding the person. Then after you do the harvesting, then you go into maybe sharing. You give him proportion of the harvest. Yes, or somebody to charge you every day when he come and help you. You pay the person off. Yeah. So the fertilization too, we spoke about the first application. So after 3 weeks, then you have to give your second application. You see the urea, I told you that it gives it more leaves, so that the stem will be very high, tall. So the second application, normally we give NPK. NPK, we have NPK 15, 15, 15, NPK 23, 10, 10, NPK 25, 5, 10. So many different types. So second application, it is better you give 15, 15, 15, so that the root will be stronger. You understand? Stronger and harder. The urea will make it tall and leafy, but the NPK will give it strong system to withstand the wind or sickness. So after the 3 weeks, you give the second application. That one bag will not be enough. So 1 acre you have to give about 1.5 bags for second application. So the third application, if you so wish, you can give either ammonia 1 bag, or you can repeat the 15, 15, 15 for your third application, or 23, 10, 10, or 20, 10, 10, or 25, 10, 5.
Okay. Yeah. Which is the best option for the third application?
Yeah, that is the NPK, any type of NPK. Okay. But the nitrogen now is not, it shouldn't be too much nitrogen this time, because when you give nitrogen, more nitrogen, it will make more water into the onion, and when you harvest, it will start rotting earlier. So mostly we give 15, 15, 15, the third application. Yeah, the second and the third application, 15, 15, 15. Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys. The prices you see here might be different from what you have in your area. This is just an estimate. Mr. Quarshie has a ½ acre of land where he farms his onions. According to him, he makes about 7,500 cedis. So multiplied by 2 will be 15,000 for a full acre of land. So you are going to subtract the cost of production and harvesting from this amount, which is the 15,000, and then you have a fair idea of how much you'll be making on an acre of land within the course of 3 months of production. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you are motivated to go and start your onion farming now. And if you need more details into onion farming, if you need mentorship, I'm going to leave a WhatsApp link in the first comment. You have the privilege of speaking to Mr. Quarshie one-on-one. Ask him all the questions you need to ask him. My name is Efo Selasi. If you enjoyed this episode, please right now, if you are not subscribed, right now go and subscribe, hit the bell button, share, let your friends see what's happening over here. The objective is to promote Africa.